All right, hey guys, welcome to Resident Evil Zero, episode 3. We're still continuing the chronological playthrough of this. We are slowing down a little bit on the uploads. Sorry about that. We had some things pop up and the streams got a little crazy. But these are all recorded live on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Mishu, Misiuo. Come hang out over there, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye for now. Enjoy the show. So we could do kind of a similar idea to the way that kind of a similar feel to the way that Dante's Inferno did it, where they gave the devil a ribboned or a physical penis that flopped around in the wind. Yes, we're gonna climb up the ladder. Why wouldn't we? We could do something similar to that, where it just kind of flopped in its own way. So
The Umbrella Research Center.
So wait, hold on. Is that going to be the main character or is that going to be like the side character? Is this going to be like the Ashley character in RE4? And we're playing as the strong female character? Or are we playing as
The first general manager, Dr. James Marcus.
the main character is a woman? Okay, I'm just making sure we're
All
tracking.
those people.
Making sure we're
She's just
tracking.
a rookie, a member of STARS.
What about the male?
I'm unfamiliar with him.
Attention. This is Dr. Marcus.
Side character is the guy who keeps slowing her down. All right, all right.
Our company motto. Obedience breeds discipline. Discipline
She hasn't gotten to RE4 yet. If I get through RE4 before you do, Miss P, we're gonna have a problem because I'm playing through all of them.
It was I.
So I've got this one, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and then Resident Evil 4. So
Revenge on Umbrella.
every one of his segments you get captured in a ridiculous way. If I get to RE4 and finish it before you do, we got a problem. Because I've got a few games to get to it. So all right, I got you. We'll set it up like the RE games where you can play his side where you're just constantly getting captured in a nuisance.
10 years ago, Dr. Marcus was murdered by Umbrella. You
We got this down.
didn't you?
Okay. Well, all my people are dying. Versus for director facility James Marcus. Yeah, no, we're good. Okay. There's something written on the base. When good and evil are brought into balance, a new path will be open before you. We're supposed to put something on here. I just can't remember what. Can't wait for you to make this game a reality. I mean, it's the only part you play when you play it. Yeah. They're already balanced. Yeah, they're perfectly balanced already. The scales are empty. They're balanced. So why is the path not open? Boy, oh boy. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We got a bunch of doors to go through. My dog's decided to start barking. So, God, for me to get some of the editing done in this, it's going to be... Ooh, it's going to be rough. It's strikingly beautiful. It's a... Okay, whatever you say. Pet the puppers. What the dog doing? Their face shows no trace of kindness. I assume that this door is locked. Oh, no. Okay. Cool. Well, here we are. I need a save point. Absolute doo-doo butter is this. Yo, what's up, Slizzle? I got some messages from a much smarter person than me about games. You mind if I copy and paste? Get your thoughts? Go for it. Security system is locked. Please insert system disk. This is okay. That's what we need. There is shotgun ammo and a save point up there. Don't you think I didn't see that? Way up here. Got a message from a much smarter person than I about games. Well, they might be smarter than I am as well, so don't think that I'll have the answer, because I might not. Be warned, they may be taken in some curious directions the way his chat is going. Oh yeah, that definitely might be cognizant. We've been talking about the main character of the next game that we're going to be doing, so it's definitely been an interesting ride. All right. I've been in this longer than most. I grew up with the Sega Master System 2, worked my way through every generation, every shift, every moment this medium reinvented itself. I know what made Halo 3's midnight launch special. I know why the era of Xbox Live fundamentally changed how people connected through games, what Bungie built, and the culture weight it carried. So don't throw nostalgia at me like it's a weapon, because I was there for all of it. Okay. I need context. Because that just sounds like it was just straight an attack because maybe you made a mention of a game and you said it was nostalgic, or that you're playing it for nostalgia reasons. Like, what is the context of this? Because that just sounds like he's being a dick for no reason. Which, let's get real here for a minute. For everybody, if you're just being an asshole to be an asshole, fuck you. 7th gen context. I mean, yeah, you only live in the darkness. I was born in it. So I don't care about not trying to discredit anything that you're saying, Slizzle, or anybody else, but it sounds like this person is just trying to say that I know more than you because I've experienced it, and that's not always true. People experience games in their own way, and the way that it works is maybe your 7th gen experience or your newest gen experience is different than theirs, and you find nostalgia or enjoyment out of things that they just don't understand because they're locked in their old ways and they can't get past that. And that is no way to approach anything. It sounds like they're trapped in their own way. 7th generation peaked. That generation gave us incredible highs, but it also gave us the birth of aggressive DLC, on-disc lock content, and the normalization of shipping broken games. Halo 3 itself launched with matchmaking issues. The golden era, your romanticizing, I can read, was also the area that planted every seed of modern monetization you probably hate today. As for innovation, you're cherry picking one visual detail. Okay, again, sounds like this person is harping on one thing. He's not wrong. We did have a shifting point in the gaming industry where we went to a heavy monetization, but you're allowed to cherry pick in the gaming world. So, okay. Depends on the context of what the actual story brought in. All right, while he's posting that last one in, let me go ahead and swap back to good old Rebecca. I'd say this was down to Blizzard and EA than Bungie, though. Yeah, Blizzard definitely. Well, I mean, the release of Horse Armor definitely started the train of monetization. Okay, do I really have no room? Oh yeah, that's right, because I took his knife. Also Fortnite. Ah. Had to cuss them out because Twitch 500 character limit. Nah, it's all good. I'll read it when you post it. And I never argue that with you because you're right. AAA studios have absolutely prioritized profits over innovation, and that's a legitimate criticism. Live service models, predatory microtransaction, game shipping unfinished, sequel fatigue. It's real and it's frustrating, but that's a problem with the corporate publishing, not with gaming as a medium. Because while AAA has been playing it safe, this generation quietly produced Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, Hollow Knight, Disco Elysium, Hades. Yeah. Okay, so I kind of understand the premise of the conversation is that you guys kind of got sucked into a debate. Well, not really a debate, but a discussion over the current state of the gaming industry, and was about microtransactions not adding to the list below, by the way. Final comment was about microtransactions not adding to that list, by the way. Oh yeah, the Fortnite comment, yeah. They definitely capitalized on they definitely capitalized on microtransactions. But it sounds like he's trying to make the same argument that everybody is that AAA studios are slowly trying to kill the market with everything that they're fatiguing. And so, kind of the same thing that I've been harping on in recent history is the fact that we have AAA studios that are releasing things under franchise names just to get people to buy them. Things that should not be under what they are. Like, why did we need specific things under the Assassin's Creed title? Stuff like that. They're IP farming, and it's ridiculous. Okay, we're saved, so we can do some dumb shit now. But I actually think you and him would have a good, healthy conversation. Probably. It's just some stances. Like that first comment that you sent, I don't agree with what he was saying. Purely for the fact that you don't hold nostalgia capital, or you don't hold nostalgia as we're gonna divert here for a second, guys. You cannot hold your nostalgia as the hostage negotiator for other people's nostalgia, because everybody develops their nostalgia their own ways. And him saying something along the lines of, you don't throw your nostalgia at me and weaponize that shit, and it's not. It's your nostalgia that develops your liking or input into games or your flow state or things like that. That is this game that we're playing right now is my nostalgia. Resident Evil is my nostalgia. Whereas some people have never seen these games when they first came out, and that's fine. But you can't weaponize your nostalgia to make other people feel bad because they have a different form of nostalgia. That I don't agree with at all. Everybody has their own uprising and their own stance on that. But as far as the way that AAA studios and other things are developing and changing the way that games are approached, is yes, he is correct. They are monetizing very heavily. They're releasing unfinished, incomplete games, and then they're selling the rest of the game back to you as DLC or an expansion, or just doing day one updates where you actually finish the game. Even games like Hollow Knight and Silksong had that same issue. Silksong released and it had massive balance issues whenever it first came out. Day one release was so rough because you had enemies that could one tap you immediately, and you would be constantly running through trying to get through it, and they made it excessively hard for no reason with no benefit. So even on his note of, oh yeah, and then we shadow dropped Hollow Knight and Disco Elysium and things like that, Team Cherry has their pitfalls as well, but they at least address it in a way where it makes sense and that the players are not basically made the bad person because now we have to pay for that DLC to fix the problem that they released at day one. Whereas AAA is like, hey, by the way, you're only going to get through 3/4 of the game before, yeah. AAA too, yeah, exactly, and that's a great example where a indie development studio or a low development studio, I don't, they have a publisher. They're technically not indie, but it's a publisher that supports indie developers. So it's a little weird, but meanwhile, Expedition 30 destroyed AAA titles with a team of 30 people, not bloated budget. Exactly. And that's where they're taking the passion of the game and they're turning it into a product. Whereas AAA studio is more focused on the bottom line. How much money can I make by using this IP? How many more Assassin's Creed games can we milk before people get fatigued with this and stop buying it? How many more Call of Duties can we build? Can we reach 40 million sales in the first day because everybody knows our address or knows our IP? Should we expand Resident Evil into 10? Probably not. Should we finish it off? Probably. Well, why not? We got another IP, and Capcom, Konami, all of them are the same way. They're all big publisher or big studios that are pushing out for IP. And if they do it right, it's fine. But things like Assassin's Creed divulging off into whatever the hell it turned into is not okay. So, but wasted budget in the beginning, then when game is finished, you're fired. Yeah. There's that as well. Like, and a lot of AAA studios do this as well, and I don't really agree with it, is that they bring on all these extra bodies, like what you're talking about here, is they bring on all these extra bodies to develop X. I know for a fact that Blizzard does this whenever they're working on larger studios. The same thing as with Bethesda. They did it really heavily whenever they were working on the original Skyrim. And when they were working on Elder Scrolls Online, they hired a bunch of people on for that development of that game, and then they were laid off immediately. They were very transparent about it from the beginning, but still, it's not good for consistency of game. This is also why you have games that come out that are not in line with anything else. The thing that like Silent Hill has up into the new one, Silent Hill F, is that they were consistent all the way through with how the game felt. Aside from Silent Hill 4 and Silent Hill F. Silent Hill 4, The Room was a different direction they tried to take and they immediately went back on it. Whereas when you hire a bunch of people on to say, hey, develop this game, that game is going to immediately turn around and it's going to go into a different direction because you got other people that are trying to input their style and their motive into it. When you have the senior developers coming in and they're like, no, we need to do it this way. But, you know, maybe we're going to do a Dark Souls style fighting for this horror game because that will make it more fun. And then that pushes it towards other directions that it doesn't need to be. So, sorry, I divulged heavily there, but essentially I can agree and I can disagree with some things that guy is saying. So what he has a good head about him, but he's trying to weaponize his nostalgia, saying that his nostalgia is better than yours, when that's not true at all. Some people's nostalgia is only Fortnite. So keep that in mind. Because I have nostalgic moments of Fortnite back when it was build only. So you can't weaponize your own nostalgia to try to make other people feel bad about the way that they experience game. I don't agree with that at all. So, okay. That part is engraved with an image of clock. But we do have ads starting in 1 minute. So, sorry, I kind of went on a tangent there, guys. But you guys know I'm extremely passionate about game development stuff. So, there's no right or wrong to me, just education on my part. Well, so Slizzle, if you came in and you said, man, Resident Evil 2 remake is so nostalgic for me, because maybe that's where you started, right? And I looked at you and I was like, how dare you try to throw that Resident Evil 2 remake garbage in my face? You should play the original. It's the best way to go. You can't have nostalgia over that game. That's different. That's me weaponizing my nostalgia against you because you haven't experienced the same way I have. That's completely different. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll try to convince you to try it, but that's just me trying to get you to experience it from my point of view. You know what I mean? So, all right. But Slizzle, you kind of came in at a weird time as well, because guess what? We just figured out, and we're about to go back into ad break, so I'm going to be pulling up some DMs from Thor. We have the new main character of the next game that we're going to be developing, because Miss P decided that we need to have a main character swap here. So what brought it up was the clothing that we're currently wearing. We have two main characters, one of which is the male, which is fully covered head to toe. The only thing he's got exposed is his hand and some of his face, right? Whereas you got the female, who is wearing basically a leather bra that's slightly long and some elbow wraps and an exposed belly and shit like that. And we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse that's spread through bite. So with that being said, we're doing a swap. Woo, boy, that's an interesting take on an antagonist. But do we want a female antagonist or do we want a male antagonist? Like, because then are we flipping every role or just the main character role? Because there's a lot of times that you have the strong female character playing the role, right? But they do, like what there is here, where, okay, let's be fair. Her main is male antagonist is easy. Men bad, women good. Yeah, you're not wrong. That would be an easy trope to put in there, but I kind of dig the female antagonist. We can make it a horror. Oh man. Let's make it a horror game about fashion. And we're going to go super serious, but all in on the role swap. Well, something cutesy like the opposite of Bowser. Oh, man. Okay. Laura Croft already did that. Yeah, but even Laura Croft was still like, even Laura Croft was still use it. Okay, he's back up to fine, so we're good there. But Laura Croft was still how do I put this? Scantily clad. Right? Can't carry it. Don't need to be in here. Get off me! Get off me! Ow, fuck. Ow, fuck. Fuck. I'm going to die. Oh my God, these things take so much bullets. Oh God. Nope, we're leaving. Care Bear or something? Having a Care Bear as an antagonist would be wild. Even in movies, nobody gives a God, why are you still in here, bro? Dude, get out.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'll go check over there.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Why are you getting mauled, man? Come on. Even in movies, nobody gives a shit about if henchmen get killed by hero male or female, but a woman dying means more in Hollywood. Yeah. Actually, that's very true. I have no ammo in my gun. It's not good. And we're both in danger. This is not going well, guys. Like, okay, we need the clock key. Get out of there. Run. Run, you fool! Oh, yep, there we go. If you guys don't know, this is going to happen a lot. We need empty bottles so that we can make fires so that we can burn those things alive. Or I tell one of them to stay back and then we just do everything with one person. Yeah. Scantily clad women in a zombie apocalypse is utterly ridiculous, but if she's cute, who cares, right? Yeah, and that's kind of what started all this. Miss P came in and was like, you're a game developer, right? Make something that's the reverse role. And I was like, okay, well, let's see what we got. And we decided that we're going to make the women properly dressed. So they're going to have full coverage and it's going to make sense. And the men are going to be scantily clad. So instead of having a full suit and the ability to fight everything easily, we're going to put the male in the perspective of the damsel in distress. And I think it'll actually turn out to be pretty fun to build. We just got to work on the characters first. So looks like we're going to be diving into Blender. Some exposition here. Regulations for trainees. Training facility mission. This training facility will rise a new generation of model employees to serve the future of Umbrella Corp. Applying the strictest and most rigorous training standards, this facility will, without regard for gender, race, or creed, produce only the best candidates to be the future global leaders of Umbrella Corporation. We look forward to the development of your leadership qualities. The guidelines: discipline, obedience, unity. These three words are the basic principles which govern Umbrella Corporation employees and are to be considered the law of this facility. Keep these words in mind as at all times. Devote yourselves to your training and bring honor to yourselves and the corporation. James Marcus, Director, Umbrella Corporation Management Training Facility. One swipe, she's infected. Yeah, no shit. Like, okay, let's be real here. I put the custom one on because of the fact that we have the other one, but even with this one, it's still not the best. But I mean, this one is at least leather, so it kinda works a little bit better. Here, pretty sure this is where I went before. No, I went downstairs. Okay, are you regular zombie? Okay. No. No, I didn't. I'll read it on the next commercial break. Just remind me, because locked. The door is embossed with a fire motif. Yeah, I did not read the character sheet it wrote. I definitely will, though. Might have to scroll back up and chat a little bit, but a map, perfect. This is what we need. Training facility map. What the fuck is that? Okay, I only have one mag left for her. So we're... Damn. Okay. I think I'm going to take this back to the main area and just drop it on the floor. Yeah. Because we don't have enough inventory space to do that. Microfilm A, yes. You know how I feel about Days Gone? I mean, that game was terrible. I feel like that development team tried to do something just to generate money without the reason to generate money. Or was that the day before? No, Days Gone is the... Yeah, Days Gone is the one with the zombie hordes in it. Never mind. That one actually did well. The day before... Switch control for a lift. There's a square-shaped hole in the panel. Okay. All right. Someone has evidently used this computer recently. Doesn't seem to be working anymore, though. How can you tell that it was used recently? What? That doesn't make any sense. By the look of this computer, it's been used recently. Another issue is forced identity politics. Days Gone 2 won't happen because I believe they're terrified of having two white straight male leads again. Yeah, I think that people... Man is holding a candle in his hand. I think that they need to get away from putting political shit inside of games entirely, because make the game for the game, right? This light will guide you to a greater truth. Oh, I need a light. Candle is burnt out. Okay. Well, guess what? I have an item for that. Good thing I brought him. What? I have a lighter. What do you mean? Why? Oh, out of fuel. We got to go down and get the fuel. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, with that being the case, we need to go drop some things off. I don't think we need the knives. I think the knives are going to cause us to have more problems. So, Joel Miller, Leon Scott, Kennedy, Deacon, St. John, etc. Yeah, I mean, Leon S. Kennedy is not going to be gay inside of this series. I don't think. I don't think that they'll make him gay. I really don't. I think that if they did that, I think that they would end up destroying a lot of what this game has. Not saying that I think that it's a bad thing, if he is or not. I just don't think it plays well to the actual story. Where they could easily make Joel Miller that way, I think. Or Deacon. Deacon St. John. It would torpedo the fan base because it would not be organic. No. Now, Deacon, I could see being that way, but only for one reason, and that's because he was trapped his entire time with his friend, and maybe his loss of hope kind of led him to it. But that's really it. And that's a stretch. So, and also when he got back with his wife and stuff like that, he seemed kind of not too happy. So, yeah, 100%. I think in points like The Last of Us, I think in some of those points, I 100% think that it was forced.
I'll go alone.
Okay.
I really do, because just that whole segment just seemed like it was just not right. You know, I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot. I can't do enough damage to stun it, so we're gonna see what we can do here about getting this fuel out of here. Possibly. I might be able to run by before it materializes and hit the door. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay. So that doesn't work. I need this to be able to kill the things. Let's see if my idea works here. Okay, it works here. Yeah, let it be natural. I think like in Last of Us, I think it was kind of forced in the whole section with when she was originally inside of the mall and it happened there. It didn't really feel natural. So all I ever ask any entertainment, just be organic, nothing forced. Show me 15 seconds of training, so I believe the 5'4" girl overpower a trained 6'5" mercenary. Well, yeah. Oh, well, look at that. There is a red, a green, a save point. Damn, if we would have just looked more than fucking 30 seconds, we would have found all that. So okay, hold on. I think what we're going to do here, I think that's the way we need to go. I just don't really know. Just don't really know. So we're kind of on the exploratory side here. But if I remember correctly, most of the game is here. That boy is going to stand up. Hi. I swear this guy is going to stand up. Okay, I guess not. Various cooking utensils line the back of the counter. This must be the kitchen. Okay, well, what good does that do me? Understand what good that does me. Can I get in here? No, because I need the fire motif. Okay, let's go through here. Yeah, no, developing a good story where everything kind of feels organic and natural is really hard. Some of the story writing that I've tried in the past has been a little bit rough. I see some post-apocalyptic shows, all leaders are I see some post-apocalyptic shows, all leaders are women. Damn, I sound like an 80s dude. But show me how they got that power to lead men when we aren't easily led. Yeah, you're not wrong. We're stupid, we're stubborn, we think we know best, and it's not always true. So here this item now, okay? Usually because the men cause said apocalypse. Also not wrong there either. Hello. Can I unload this? Damn. I don't want to leave it with 2 rounds in it, but we'll keep in mind that that's there. So can I take the... Yeah, I know I need 2 slots for it. And definitely bring death meter to 100, yeah. Yeah, there is a certain amount of time that just when the post-apocalyptic stuff happens, it's just who caused it? Well, it wasn't somebody that you know. Let's put it that way. This guy's gonna get up. I'm just saying this pistol has got some amazing penetration against that body armor. Yeah. All right, we are at a dangerous level of low. If the story makes sense, I'd die for a woman leader way over a dude who treats me like cannon fodder. Well, I mean, I don't even put it at that level. I think that everybody would be kind of treated as cannon fodder at certain points, purely for the fact that door is now unlocked. Where was this one going to? Boy, I think everybody would treat everybody like cannon fodder in a post-apocalyptic, no matter who was leading who. Oh, nice. I'm back here. British Empire was led by a woman. I mean, yeah, and not exactly a very becoming one either. Not in looks, but in attitude. No idea what she looked like. Queen Elizabeth III. Well, we got 12 things of fuel, and I have no idea what to do with it, so we're just going to leave that here. I'm a big guy. We're in a zombie apocalypse. I'm dead day one, probably. Not necessarily. It's all about your resources, man. How you can handle yourself. If you can survive, then you can do it, you know? More Victoria. And we haven't had, I know, I don't remember her name. I think there was, what, only, was there 2 Queen Elizabeths? Oh, I have no idea. I don't know y'all's history that well. I'll be the Bone Temple zombie. The Bone Temple. I'm not gonna sit here and try to say it was good, because it really wasn't. But yeah, it was something. Definitely something for sure. So there was some choices made there. Like, don't get me wrong, there were sections of that I was like, man, they really nailed it with this. And then it just hard left turn and just went to the wayside. So I don't know. The rage virus really wasn't even a thing. It was, but it really wasn't. The whole premise of being on a sheltered island, it didn't it just didn't vibe right, you know. Just there was an issue. So we laughed at it. Well, I wouldn't say we hated it, but we definitely laughed at it. Okay, we're just gathering stuff right now, guys, because I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. I haven't found a place to put that statue, so you know what? Maybe that statue goes on the scale. Hold on, let me. But she didn't really hate it. She did think it was really stupid, so. I think this statue goes on the scale. Hold on. Wage virus. That's more. Oh shit. Okay, well, maybe when you say... Alright, cool. So this does go on the scale. Where else am I supposed to go? I can't go anywhere else, can I? Locked from the other side. This one is the clock. Now we got ads starting in 1 minute, ladies and gents. So we will be pausing and we will be looking at the character sheet that was made for the the protagonist of our beautiful game that's going to be coming out. I'm gonna have a blast making that, by the way. This. Oh, crank handle. Yes. I have a feeling I'm gonna get attacked by crows now that I've taken that. Yep. Bye. It was a bit disappointing the direction they took it. Hey, Jimmy, I'm Jimmy. You're Jimmy. We're Jimmy. Yeah. It. Yeah. Jimmy. Yeah. Yeah. It was very disappointing. Okay, so we have the crank now, so we can go back here. Then from there, we can go here. I think this is right. Okay, and then this, nope, not cranking up the computer. Oh, Model T computer right there. Yep. You and you're laughing at it is not the reaction the director wants. No, not at all. Like, well, okay, and so like that's the whole thing. Yeah, you and your wife want, yeah. No, and that's the thing. We'll see, because I mean, Konami said they're gonna do the same thing with Silent Hill, where they're gonna be making new Silent Hills, and I don't know if I agree with it. Especially if they keep trying to go along the same model as what Silent Hill F did. Yeah. I don't know if I agree with it. We'll see. I have a shotgun and some pistol ammo. There's some pistol ammo downstairs that we can grab up, and we can go ahead and save before we drop down this. But I think actually after we save, though, it's going to have to be the end of the stream for the night. Because I also have to check my audio and make sure that nothing crazy happened. But for these games, it's hard for guys to let games or shows just let rest. Yeah, and that's where the problem is that they think that they're going to be able to get more out of it. And while they will, because people will flock back to it. I mean, we're 9 installments, well, we're 30 something installments into the Resident Evil franchise, but you can look back at the, yo, what up, Coyote? Thank you for the KOC check-in. But you can look back at the installments that they have for Resident Evil, and you can see where they realize that they messed up. What the fucking ink ribbon? Give me the ink ribbon. Thank you. Dude, a whole lot. We just started our run through of the chronological order of Resident Evil. Starting off with Resident Evil 0, we're going to be running through every single one of them. Completely lost because I haven't played this game in so long. So we're starting to learn the thing of move everything to one spot and dump it on the ground because this game's inventory system is trash. Just getting home from work, hell yeah. Give me all these because Rebecca needs to combine these. Ooh. Who do you think did it right besides Lord of the Rings trilogy? I'm talking all media, game, show, movie, etc. Who do I think did it right? Oh boy. Who do I think ended it? Oh, that's a rough one. Who do I think did it right? God, that's a hard one. As far as definitive ending. Oof. Okay, I know this is going to be kind of this is going to be kind of hard to believe. But, and it's going to be kind of controversial because not everybody is going to agree with me in any way, shape, or form. But I actually think, I don't know if they were the best ones to do it right, but I believe that Stranger Things actually did it right. I really do. So I don't know if you guys have watched Stranger Things all the way through. I don't know if you have seen everything that's happened with it or not, but I think that Stranger Things actually ended it rather well in recent info. All right, man. Talk to you never. So you're not wrong. Some people will actually hate that, and I do agree with them at a point because they kind of rush the ending. But with the way that the series went, they really couldn't go anywhere without stretching it on much longer than what they did. They could have maybe done one more episode to kind of help try to tie up some loose ends, but I think they did a justice by rushing the ending. Purely for the fact that if they would have continued going, they would have stretched it out for another season. Kill anyone off in the final season. Yeah. And that's why I said I think they rushed some of it a little bit, but I think they did a good job by pulling the plug and saying we're done. It's over. Now that might not be true, and they might be like, well, it did so well in the final season, and guess what? We're back. But I hope not. But I do think that they did a good job with just being like, cool, we're done. We've covered everything that we can. It's time to put this to bed. We're done with this. So that's my stance on it, and I think they did actually a pretty good job on it. So, but I'm glad you're finally home and get to relax there, Coyote. It's been an interesting trip for sure. Was an unmitigated disaster. They're doing America version, so disgusting. Yeah. I don't even think that they ended Squid Games well at all. To be completely honest with you, I think the second season of Squid Games was trash. Complete, utter trash. So 4, 5, 6, let them die. It's over. I don't care. It was done after the first one. They should have stopped after that first season because it hit. It ended. It was cool. Done. You do not need to bring that back. I don't care about the secret organizations making bets on people who participate in a death game. It was a one season wonder, and they should have left it that way. And then doing an American version is just dumb. So, yeah, that's... Yeah. That's all they needed to do. They should have ended it right there. 4, 5, 6 got out, got the money, went on, good to go. Over. The whole organization went to shit. Everybody got killed. Done. Don't care anymore after that point. Season 2 popping up, I was not expecting it because I thought it ended well with the first one. And then they're like, well, IP, let's get this Squid Games going again. Shit. But yeah. But they hit a lightning in a bottle because even when, like, so I have a serious issue with watching games that are or movies or shows that are dubbed, because I don't like it when the mouth doesn't sync with what they're saying, and I have a serious issue with watching those. But that one is one that I made an exception for because I like the way that they set it up. Hell, for the longest time I even played community games with the Squid Games game, or Squid Games little free game that you could download. So, and we had a lot of fun with it. But it's not just Hollywood, everyone does it. You're correct, just can't let it rest. Yeah. And that's why, back to the original comments that you came in with, there was a lot of times where I was agreeing with him, because there is series fatigue. There is sequel fatigue going on. And that's because people think that because they hit it good once, that they're going to be able to bring it back and do it again. And it's like, maybe not. And you kind of didn't set up your first game to be continued on at all. So, or you set up your movie and you're like, cool, it did really well, let's make a prequel. No, stop. We don't need to know all that. You explained it all in the show. It was a good show. Leave it at that. Done. But they can't do that because they just want to keep trying to wring out every dollar that they can from it, rather than leaving it with a good taste in your mouth. So, damn, we have been, yeah. Plus, a lot of these actors age out. Yeah, and like, so, like, they had another good example of one that actually died because director's choice, in my opinion, is The Witcher. The original Geralt that they used was fantastic, and I loved what they were doing with the series, and it was really good until they decided to change the actor. After they changed the actor, they should have killed it. They should have left it ambiguous and killed it, because I don't care about that disagreement. The new actor does not fit the role as well as the original, and it's such a shock that it just throws you off. And I can't get behind it. And I know that it's supposed to be, yeah, I don't know. I think it's greed. It's always greed. But I'm actually going to kick us over to the Ending Soon screen while we do some last minute discussions and all that fun stuff. So give me 1 second. I'll meet you guys over there.